Once upon a time, in the peaceful village of Umud, there lived a young orphan girl named E. She was as gentle as the morning dew and as kind as the sun's warm rays. Yet her life was far from reflecting the brightness of her heart. E had lost her mother when she was just a tiny baby. Her father, stricken with grief and in need of support, married a young woman named Non, hoping she would care for E as her own. Non appeared calm and serene, but her heart was as dark as the night. From the start, she resented the idea of raising her husband's daughter, claiming she wasn't ready to be a mother to a child that wasn't hers. Non decided to pretend she was fine with the situation and went ahead with the marriage solely to secure her union with her suitor. However, deep down, she was far from pleased about having to care for a child that wasn't hers. Non wasn't a good mother to baby E at all. She only acted kindly toward her when her husband was around. A year later, Non gave birth to a baby girl named O. But tragically, her husband passed away, leaving E and O under her care. As the years passed, E blossomed into a beautiful young girl, as did Non's daughter, O. Despite raising both girls, Non never showed true kindness to E. Non harbored deep resentment toward E, treating her as if she weren't even human. She was so cruel to E that the young girl often went to bed in tears, wishing her parents were still alive. Non forced E to do all the household chores, never allowing her a moment's rest. She starved E, leaving her to go to bed hungry most nights, and in the morning, E would be given only leftovers, despite working tirelessly. O, on the other hand, did nothing. Non spoiled her daughter to the point where she couldn't even pick up a spoon from the floor. O spent her days ordering others around, admiring her fine clothes and beads, gifts from her indulgent mother. She grew up to be a spoiled, arrogant, and rude young woman. She even went as far as causing trouble between her mother and EA. She wasn't kind to EA at all, treating her with disdain and hatred, just like her mother did. One day, she was sent to the village stream to fetch water. On her way back, she accidentally slipped and broke the water pot. Terrified of what her stepmother might do to her, she cried, but eventually went home. When she explained what had happened, her stepmother and stepsister attacked her, beating her mercilessly. As punishment, she was denied food for the entire day. That night, she remained hungry and hurt. When the stars appeared and the world grew quiet, Hida would lie awake in her bed, her stomach growling with hunger. Tears would silently slip down her cheeks as she wished for a different life, one where she wasn't always hungry and exhausted, where she was loved and cherished. But no matter how hard life became, Amma never lost hope. Deep down, she believed that someday things would get better. And little did she know, that day was just around the corner, waiting to change her life forever. Meanwhile, O flitted around the house, her laughter ringing like silver bells. She never lifted a finger to help Amma in any way. Instead, she spent her days admiring herself or gossiping with friends. Sometimes, she even mocked EA openly, making cruel jokes, calling her useless and a housemaid. Not once did she acknowledge Amma as her sister. On her way home, she met an old man who asked if she could spare him some fruits, as he was very hungry and thirsty. Before we continue the story, I'd like to ask my audience to like and subscribe to my channel for more interesting stories. Your support is a lot to me. Amma kindly gave him some fruits and even ran to the stream to fetch water for him. Grateful, the old man thanked her and gave her a magical bead. He told her that whatever she asked of the bead, it would provide. Amma thanked the old man and returned home with the remaining fruits and the bead. Later that day, curious to test its magic, she brought out the bead. Remembering that her stepmother hadn't given her any food, she asked the bead for a delicious meal. To her amazement, the bead provided a rich and tasty feast. Excited, Amma ate to her heart's content. From that day on, Amma kept the bead hidden and used it to ask for whatever she desired: food, clothes, jewelry, and the bead always provided. One fateful day, En asked Amma to go pick some fruits from the farm, on her way back home after gathering the fruits. After a while, En and O noticed how E was glowing and wondered what was happening. O, envious of E's radiant appearance, became determined to find out what she had been doing. One day, when En sent E to the market, En and O seized the opportunity. They rushed into E's room and were amazed at how beautiful it looked. They also noticed the fine clothes she now had. Both En and O were puzzled as to how E had acquired such things. When E returned from the market, En and O confronted her, demanding to know how she had obtained everything. Out of jealousy, En instructed her daughter O to pick some fruits from the farm, hoping she too could meet the old man who had blessed E. O eagerly set off to the farm. On her way back, O met the old man. He asked her for some fruits and water, just as he had done with E. However, instead of helping him, O insulted the old man, calling him names and refusing to give him anything. O insulted the old man, calling him a beggar and boasting that she was too beautiful to fetch water or give him fruits. She told him to find someone else to help him and stop begging around. The old man didn't respond to O's insults, but thanked her and handed her a small box of beads. He asked her to open it when she got home. O took the box without a word and left. When she and her mother opened the box, they were shocked to find that their bodies were soon covered in painful, itchy spots from bee stings. The bees were no ordinary bees, and the stings had no cure. Thus, O and her mother were left with these spots for the rest of their lives, a constant reminder of their unkindness. In contrast, E continued to live a life of kindness and generosity. She also became friends with the old man, who continued to bless her with magical gifts. With his help, she had everything she wanted and lived happily ever after. The moral of the story is that kindness and generosity are far more valuable than wealth or beauty. No matter how challenging life may be, treating others with love and compassion will always lead to true happiness. Let us all strive to be kind, to show love, and to be generous, as we never know what tomorrow may bring. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button to support us. It's completely free. Also, turn on the post notifications so you'll be among the first to see our future videos. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.